Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on Lumber Capital Log Yard. Today we have yet another trailer decking order that needs busted out, but this time it's red oak. Today I wanted to address why a customer would choose red oak over white oak. Let's get into it. So I feel like I nonstop talk about how white oak is king and how red oak doesn't necessarily share the same properties as white oak. But today I am milling red oak logs for trailer decking, and this was the customer's choice. Let me take a look at what the actual order is. You can take a close look at this. A bunch of 6/4, it's all 6/4 by 8. And we are cutting some 17 footers today. I have two pretty decent sized logs here, very long. You know, I love to cut long logs. Anyhow, why would he choose red oak over white oak? Because the thing about it is that red oak is kind of the crippled prince compared to white oak. But because of that, it does run a little bit cheaper. We sell our red oak for $138 a board foot, whereas our white oak runs $225 a board foot. So it's definitely cheaper, but it's not going to last as long. There's a good reason why somebody might choose to deck their trailer with something that's cheaper and isn't going to last as long, that I wouldn't have necessarily thought about until it was brought to my attention. And I wanted to share it with you guys today, just as some food for thought. Before we continue though, it's time for a coffee break. And yes, I'm drinking hot coffee today. Hey, you guys, if you didn't know, we have our own coffee brand, and it might just be the best coffee available to the average American. It's pretty good stuff. And you can also grab one of our awesome mugs. These are all handmade. I didn't make them. I wish I did. Hey, anyone want to get into pottery with me? It'd be pretty cool. Jade's over there waving her hand. But yeah, try it out. We have lots of different flavors. I think we are kind of running low at the moment with our stock, but we're going to be restocking and even maybe adding a new flavor in. Anyone for a French roast? Anyhow. Jade, peace offering. I knight you with the holy elixir. Okay, down to business. As it turns out, some things that you might decide to haul on your trailer might wear it out faster than other things. So for our customers who haul lots of heavy equipment, they might decide to go with something cheaper that might end up rotting faster, but that doesn't necessarily matter because they're going through decking like crazy. They're constantly getting new decking for their trailers because it's wearing out. So why not go with a cheaper option? Because you're going to have to buy new decking before it rots anyhow, or even has a chance to rot. So while white oak is still king, right, it still has the potential to last significantly longer than red oak, and might just be a little harder. It might wear out a tiny bit slower. Not significantly. White oak really is, like where the beauty in white oak lies is the chemical compounds that stop it from rotting as fast, even if it is just a little bit hardier as far as wear goes. But for those customers who are hauling giant pieces of equipment like D8s and stuff, they have told us that it doesn't really matter to them because it's going to wear out. They're going to need to replace it. You may as well just spend less money. Now, an interesting thing that some have told us is that tracks don't wear their decking out as fast as tires. Why this would be, I don't really know. Let me know down in the comments why you think tires would wear out quicker than tracks. Is it weight? Is the way the weight is displaced? I'm guessing that's why. I'd think like if you had tires with chains on them, that might wear it out quicker. I could see how that could be. But yeah, for all my haulers out there, let me know what you think about that. Anyhow, that's a good reason in my eyes why you'd want to go with red oak instead of white oak. And now it is time for a little sawmill action. So I'm going to go ahead and roll on that first 17-foot log and get to milling this trailer decking. And I'm going to make sure to cut the slabs pretty small so it's easier for Jade to just manhandle. But yeah, we've done this before, we can do it again. So let's get to it.
Troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at this beautiful beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. Nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. Nothing can break me.
Looking for rough cut lumber for your next project? Look no further. Here at Lumber Capital Log Yard, we specialize in rough cut hemlock, which is bug and rot resistant, perfect for any outdoor project, and at a price that you can afford. Stop in today or call 570-651-3442. So that was an interesting 2 logs that we cut there. Both of them were too far towards me for the board drawback to catch onto the end and drag it back. It was enough that the blade made it all the way through, but the head was bumping up against the end of the sawmill and it couldn't go any farther. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did use a little trick that it's kind of risky. It's kind of like I wouldn't try it unless you were feeling up for it, but like just popping down the board drawback onto the top of the board and sliding it back just a couple inches. And sometimes, if there's not too much friction, you can get it to move just a little bit, enough that then you can come back with the head, drop it down enough to drag it back. That was a trick that I used, but once I got to the point where I could have a flat surface on the bed of the mill, I just lifted up the rollers and nudged it a little bit back so that I didn't have to do that every time. And we got way over the amount that we needed. He only needed 8, so there's plenty to choose from. None of them really have wane. They're all very beautiful pieces, and that's the thing about red oak. So many clear boards that came off of that. A lot of these will be clear boards. This one here on top isn't, but just some beautiful ray fleck. The thing about red oak that you don't see in white oak is when you get to the core, it is always dark. It's always like beginning to rot, like first sign of rot there. And it's not necessarily bad, but it's generally undesirable. So that's why, once again, white oak is preferred, because the core in white oak is usually solid, whereas red oak, I have not cut very many logs that didn't have a dark line through the middle of it where the core was. And so then, you know, the pieces that are all beautiful with that ray fleck also have that dark streak through it, whereas, once again, not in that white oak. But this will be perfect for what he needs it for. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, check out our merch shop, LumberCapital.shop. That's where you'll find our mugs, our coffee, our t-shirts. Just check it out. I have a link to it down in the description. Other than that, we'll see you back here next time. Bye.